Pro 6 car.
Hey, just let everybody know we are live.
Hey,
Well, it's 2 minutes till. My God.
Oh, hey, everybody gets to watch a little.
It's better to be early than late. Why am I standing up?
Because you don't get a chair to sit down in yet.
Because you're Mason.
I'm gonna get Mason a chair.
Don't get one of those metal chairs.
Hey, here, Mason. Here's the stool right here.
Get the stool right here.
Makes me think I'm drinking. All right.
You'll feel better, I know.
I got chained for the Dutch Inn.
Yeah, the Dutch Inn out at Martinsville.
I've heard some stories about that place.
Oh, I've experienced some stories about that place.
Okay, what was it last? What, that's Caitlin in there. She's listening to everything. You catching all this, Caitlin?
I sure am.
She probably hasn't experienced the Dutch.
Hi, Caitlin. It's Hudson. I'm talking in a while, but hello.
That sounded so gay.
I know it did. That's not all don't watch.
But hello.
You ever been down to the Dutch Inn, Caitlin?
Hold on 1 second. Okay, there we go. I can hear you now.
Well, shucks, all those nice things we were saying we'll take back now.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever been to the Dutch Inn down at Martinsville?
No, I never have.
Oh.
Thank God.
Well, I don't know if it's as wild on Cup weekends as it is on late model weekends.
Yeah.
Really?
What was it last? Didn't they have a rain delay or something last year? Or no, the spring one? We went to the truck race, but the Cup race had to be held over a day. And there was all sorts of shit going on.
Because I know last year I went in on Saturday night, and there was media members like myself. There was the random fan, the random person who didn't know what the hell was going on, drivers, crews, and half the officiating staff. So it was just fun all around.
Where are we back to the old chat room?
No, we're still in the Facebook chat room. I want to set up. Anyway, I'd like to welcome everybody to Let's Talk Racing. We've just sort of been going at it, talking in the background here, and 7 o'clock already hit. So welcome to the show. We got Mason and Matt here tonight. Hudson and I are hanging out in the background. And we have Caitlin on the phone, and we already have somebody that's calling in already. Goodness.
Don't forget to join Race 22 all weekend for all your Martinsville news and notes. Live as they have.
RCR denied.
With, let me get this right. Full-blown coverage presented by Headshot Racing Enterprises and Wesley Page Racing Shops. And 5-Star Racing.
Hello?
What?
Clifton Savage?
Yeah, that's that boy, Clifton.
Okay. Cliff.
Give Caitlin a little background so she
Fairly
can learn.
he doesn't know.
Hi, Cliff. We get Cliff on there.
Yeah, you said hi to Caitlin, really.
I said hi, Caitlin.
We all said hi, Caitlin.
I asked her about the Dutch Inn.
No, I did.
No, you both did, because she didn't hear him the first time.
Yeah, she wasn't listening to you. Hang on, Caitlin.
I mean, you're used to that, really.
Pain in my butt.
Women not listening to you.
There we go. We got Clifton on the line with us.
Cliff, you there?
Yeah. What's up?
What's up, buddy?
Cliff is one of my HRKC Pro Wing drivers.
Really?
He's a twin.
I know, I do. I know.
And he's put on this little bit of an event. Cliff, tell us about it real quick.
Oh, well, it's a charity event at the American Indoor Karting Facility in Virginia Beach. It's going to be a 100-minute endurance race. We're going to have trying to keep drivers on Penguin Speedway, arena racing, and just the local racing community around Virginia and stuff like that. Just get a bunch of drivers together to have a fun race and raise some money.
Yeah, and I'm coming to win it. I already told him I'm bringing a team. We're coming to win it.
All right, cool.
When's this going to happen?
This event's going to be on October 25th, coming month. It's going to be a Monday night, 7 to 9 p.m. We're going to have the place to ourselves. We're going to have it, just run the event and get everybody together and have a good time.
And this is to raise money for
The Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters.
CHKD. Caitlin, you want to come up and be my teammate?
Yeah, that's cool.
Sure, definitely.
Bring all you want. You're still going down to my team.
I'm gonna dump you in.
Finalize some contracts, but we're in negotiations, and we're looking to have one of the best and lowest average weight teams out there.
It ain't always the weight. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
So you never show up on Friday nights when my group's out there.
You never invite me.
You're scared. Now, Hudson, I believe you've heard me say this to him. Every Friday night. Now, lately it hasn't been every Friday night, but every Friday night we're there. So if it's a Friday night, good chance we're there. But anyway.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the names that have already been associated with this event. You got Joe Scarborough, Rolling Thunder Modified points leader. Mike Leach, third in points in Rolling Thunder Modifieds. Matt Mullins, Spencer Saunders. I'm trying to think of a few. Help me out here, Cliff.
We got Thomas Stinson as well, Rusty Wood, Bobby Gary. Also got Pro 16 with Matt obviously on the team. Steve Emerson, Steve Williams, Doug Warren, and I'm thinking I'm going to get Joe White soon as well. I also got Phil Moss for the Pro Wing team, and my brother, Ron Crittenden, Charlie Ray Laura, and Bill Daly.
Now I'm going to warn you, you put Joe in one of those carts, he gets whiny. We took him out there last Friday, and he got real whiny. He parked his cart after 5 laps.
Oh, really?
He was complaining about the cart. He said it was crap. Now, I give him credit. The second time he parked it, I went out there in the same cart, and I thought it was a pile of crap, but I also finished the race.
Joe, whine? Why, no, he wouldn't do that.
Well, I'm in, so...
I'll have to call Casey and see if Casey can come down for that. Casey's site.
Yeah.
Maybe Casey will come down and I can't think. You said Emerson and Williams are in it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How much is it?
And then me and Doug Warren. Doug runs pretty good in them carts.
Yeah. And the more the merrier. If we can get anybody, we can put teams together. It doesn't really matter who wants to do what do.
Well, I'm going.
I'm not thinking just everybody come out there and just have a good time.
And it's $50 a person. All money goes to CHKD, right?
The $50 covers for you get a free test session at AIK before the event if you need it. You get 2 10-minute runs in the event, and yes, money goes to charity after that, and then $5 for a spectator, and that all goes to charity.
Cool.
Everybody pays for everybody. Bring your fans, bring your family, bring everybody you want. Through everybody come and help participate.
Well, I think we're going to just put us together a crew, and like you said, the Pro 6 guys will be there. I know Doug and both the Steves will be there, and Tony Perez, Anthony can't do it.
No, sadly, he has to be at least 16. We'll probably get him do this thing again. We'll get him next year for sure.
I mean, I'm not going to say I've never raced against someone under the age 16 out there, but there are ways, my friend. There are ways.
Well, I mean, maybe we can even get Warren to come down. Warren Smigel will come down a little bit. And what are you doing this for?
Just, you know what I mean?
This is, you tell me this is just free will. Do whatever you want.
You said this. Continue. Go ahead. Continue.
Don't ask. I got my buddy Mason next to me here tonight.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, Cliff, was it you or your brother that got the U car this week?
That was me.
That was you. How'd you like it?
It was very fun, actually. I did better than I thought I would. I stayed with the pack, and I got in a little bit of racing in between them, so it was pretty fun. I was trying to keep my nose clean so I can race another day, but it was pretty cool. The funny thing was we were having problems with my radio, and it finally died right when that wreck happened in front of me with the 98 Sammy, so that was pretty fun trying to do some heads-up driving with that stuff. But overall, it was a really fun day. I really enjoyed it.
Well, good. I'm glad you had fun with it, and we got to get you in a rear-wheel drive car now.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping to do this winter is an arena racing. I've got a few offers from different cars. Just need to get some sponsorship dollars together, get the season started, and we'll go from there. But hopefully I should be in the car this winter. Just going to need a little bit of support.
Hold on.
Matt's doing congratulating on this championship. He's got to stop everything.
That's JB, and JB is one of them that he was almost on the beginning of the Pro 6s. So, thanks, JB.
Are we just doing a distract Hudson all night long?
Yeah. Well, listen.
I'm going to that.
Cliff, we're going to let you go.
All right.
And we're gonna flip over here and talk to Caitlin a little bit.
All right, cool. And Matt, I just want to congratulate you on the championship Pro 6. Did a good job this year. Good comeback.
This ain't about Matt. This is about you.
Yeah. I don't know why you have a rookie strap on that car, though.
I was legal for rookie. I had only run 3 races last year, so I was legal for rookie.
So you want to get the championship and the rookie award this year, right?
I'll be honest with you. I didn't know what we were going to get. I really didn't. We just wanted to go out and run very well. The goal is when you go to a racetrack, you go to win every race, and that that's what we did. Yeah. So, you know, and the cards just fell like they were supposed to.
Yep.
So.
Did pretty well. Worked pretty well. So.
Worked very well. Very, very proud of my guys. They did a good job on it.
Yeah.
So.
Congratulations. You all worked hard at it. So. We're pulling for you.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. And we're going to see you at the King and Queen race, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We'll have our stuff out there for the camp cars. Maybe have the U car out there, too. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we're looking to have some fun, get back out there when the season's over with.
I think I got me a ride for that race.
So you will be the Queen portion?
It's our drafting partner out there.
No, I'll be on the King side.
I want to stick with us. Oh, okay.
Yeah, heck yeah. I'll run with y'all. I ran with y'all the last time I ran, I believe.
If I'm
your brother, I think.
I'll run.
Oh, man. All right.
That's when you ran was in 08, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was 08 or 09.
Yeah, 08, I know. That was my first race. I finally get where I qualified for 10th in that race. So.
I think you and I and Eddie Mitchell's drafted together a little bit.
Yep. Yeah. Hannah Harvard helped me out a lot too back then. Now, obviously his car's my brother's car, so worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Good pusher.
Yeah. Well, you need a pusher and you need a drafter. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. We got part of that done. Now we need a third partner out there. We'll do all right. We can hold our own out there.
Yep. So, all right. Let me let you go here, Cliff. I know we got some more people coming on here, and I got Caitlin. She's got to give us our truck report. So.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on. Have a nice night.
You too, man. We'll see you on the 25th, and we'll push it here a little bit.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, man.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Caitlin, you still there?
Yes, sir, I am.
Hold on. I'm trying to dump the other line.
Push drop and then push line 2.
Nothing's changed. Ain't been here in like a month
Where's
or two.
drop?
Nothing's changed.
Oh, recall drop. Line 2. Well, he never lets me play with it anymore. I you know.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I really screwed it up. Give us some report. What are we doing with the trucks, Caitlin?
Well, Austin Dillon won this last race, but this week I decided I'm going to talk a little bit about all the movement that we've had with Justin Allgaier, Brian Scott, and Trevor Bayne. Obviously, Trevor Bayne was a big shock for everyone this week for him to leave MWR, but it's really a sponsorship issue all the way around the board. I mean, you see Brian Scott and you see Justin Allgaier with Penske, and everybody just doesn't have the funding. So I just wanted to get your opinion a little bit on what do you think these young drivers can do to get funding?
Go out there and beat the bushes. I think guys like Trevor Bayne and Justin Allgaier, they've got the names. Allgaier.
Is that a sweater now?
Allgaier, whatever. Would you both shut up?
I'm going to teach him English too. You know how bad that is.
Do you know what? And I've got a chance to meet Justin, and he's very well at communicating, unlike me. And he's a really great guy, and I think he'll come back and he'll get some sponsorship.
Well, I mean, the key is they got to get back in the car. Brian Scott's already found another ride. Yeah. Trevor Bayne, he's the kind of kid, he's got the right attitude, he's got the right head on his shoulders, and he's got good people behind him. He'll find something just by being himself. Back when he ran karts, he lost the championship. I think he got dumped. Lost the championship, got out of the kart and said, you know what? Wasn't our day. We're going to move on. And a sponsor gave him money right then and there because of his attitude. That's when he come back.
I mean, look at Jeff Gordon doesn't even have DuPont next year. Goodness.
Well, limited schedule. Yeah.
Well, but guys like Jeff Gordon and all that got the championship, the sponsors are there for them.
It's a matter of finding them.
Well, and it's just it's more putting the right package together,
right.
So they've got time to race. Justin, I think, will do it. He's the highest nationwide points leader. Yeah, the highest nationwide driver in the points. So get rid of them cut guys. You've got a championship.
Yeah.
You got a champion right there.
So next year, in this position, he'd have it in the bag.
He would have it in the bag. So guys like that, they're going to come through. They're going to get the sponsors, and I think Justin will come through with one. Trevor, I think, will definitely get one.
Here's the other thing too, Caitlin. You should be looking at is these KEP guys, and if they go through with the plan, they're going to be on a limited schedule. They're not going to be able to get points, which is going to free up dollars for the other drivers that would normally be running.
Well, then you have guys like Di Benedetto and Coleman getting more races per season. You know, guys like,
no, I have a question.
But that would be, but that's what you want, is to get more of the nationwide drivers out there and get more available money for them.
Now, why was Trevor let go, but Out Pet Care staying on the car?
Well, that was not MWR's decision.
Okay.
Trevor decided to leave. We couldn't promise him season next year, so he had to find himself other options, which is understandable.
I was just curious. I mean, I've been seeing someone's on Facebook and just hearing much talk about
the official news source.
Yeah, so thank you for letting us know. Now we know. So
I mean, even though Justin, he's still got a ride, but they have told him that sponsorship slim. You might want to look for
right. Yeah. It's not that he lost his ride. He has not lost his ride.
Just don't have a sponsor to do the ride.
Just doesn't have a sponsor to do the ride.
And that's what's happening to a lot of these drivers. But it's just interesting to see how it's evolved and how, while there's still Cup guys, there's still 6 or 7 Cup guys competing every week, how there's more and more nationwide teams that are struggling to put a nationwide car on the track.
Well, and then I've also heard that they're cutting the purses in the nationwide series
20%,
by 20%. So that's going to hurt the teams too.
It will, but I think that could make up a little bit with the not taking an extra person on the road, with the new fuel cans that they're using next year.
Well, yeah, but in comparison to how much they're going to be spending buying all these new COT chassis, how much is that really saving?
It's not, that's exactly, that's not necessarily going to work out properly. Hey! It's my favorite short man.
You have a favorite short man?
Yeah, and it's Shawn.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you? We're all the same size in the race car.
That's right. 7 foot tall, ain't we?
Some are bigger.
Get over here and kick Mason out. Or Mason, give him that stool and.
All right, come on. You got like 5-10 minutes of my time.
Oh,
I gotta order pizza while I'm here. Look at that monitor.
Isn't that cool?
Big time. Hi, everybody. Don't bump into me.
Caitlin, you've been getting bumped a lot here, too. Oh, man.
See,
I didn't even hardly touch it.
That's it. That's the way it is.
Caitlin, we got a modified driver, Shawn Balluzzo, sitting here with us, and I'm going to rattle his brain. You want to join in with me on this?
Who are we talking to?
Caitlin Shaw.
Hi, Caitlin. Do I know you?
Hi.
I know the name.
I don't think we've ever met.
No, we've talked before, I think.
Okay.
Where do you race at?
I'm running in the truck series for Phoenix.
Really?
Yeah. She also works for Michael Walter Racing.
Maybe, I don't know. Have you been on this show before?
Yes, I think y'all talked back when she was still running late models.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I think we did.
Okay, Caitlin, I'm going to give you, this is the best scenario I can give you. He is in one of the toughest points battles.
Ever.
4 points between you and Stinson.
Yeah, we've been back and forth tied.
Yeah, last week it was 4 points the other way, or 2 points the other way.
It was
4 points the other way, and then at the end of the first race we were tied, and at the end of the second race in the Twins he was 2 ahead of me. Now I'm 4 ahead of him. He got in the way.
And these guys are not giving an inch to either one of you.
Nope.
I got to give you credit, the way you guys have been beating and banging, though. It's amazing you guys have been able to stay on the track.
I tell you what, when I watched the video and saw all the stuff that I dished out to him, he did an awesome job. I mean, I think that him and I are the only two that could have done what we did and not crashed every time.
Exactly. And that's what my point was. I mean, you guys have raced each other hard all year long. This is your
become very contentious now.
Yeah. It has. And,
unfortunately.
But the thing that I noticed, though, even though you guys are still beating and banging and getting rough out there, there's still a lot of mutual respect between each one of you.
Yeah.
Between both of you.
Yes, I agree 100%. And I think that's why there was no fight after the race.
Yeah.
Because we're just resolved to, this is the way it's got to be to end the year, and this is what we got to do.
Right.
And Saturday night he kind of drew first blood, and I had all I was going to take. And
Mason's over there giving us funny looks.
It was close. It was close to a fight.
Yeah. Oh, with him? Yeah, he didn't say a word afterwards.
Well, he didn't say a word.
Oh, it's Crew. Crews are Crews.
The crew's
my crew went after him last week.
I was standing there and I heard the words I started saying. I'm like, nah. Over here real quick.
I mean, the week before, you know, it was the other way around. This week it was me.
Yeah.
You know, it's just back and forth. Hopefully we can get through the last race and it will be decent.
And this will be. I'm not gonna jinx it, but you've got 3 championships already in the modifieds.
Right. Should have had 4, but
Jose came in.
We lost a motor.
Yeah.
That year, and that ended.
That was the second year, I think. Third year.
Yep. So we're going for 2 in a row. We were going for 3 in a row last year before last.
Year before last.
Yeah. So, anyways,
do these championships get any easier as you go on?
Oh no, the frustration level is like this high. It's just, you know, I hate racing for points.
Sucks, doesn't it?
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. The competition has gotten better and better every year, and I love the competition. And I respect Thomas for what he's done and how he. I respect him for what he's done and the championships he's got, and I think it's mutual. The problem is he races. He's used to a different racetrack and racing a different way than I am, and I've had a change in the last couple of weeks. I've been forced to change my driving style to drive like he does. I've always been the good guy at the racetrack, and in the last few weeks I've had to use my bumper a lot more.
And I made the comment a couple weeks ago that I've never seen you. I'd never seen you drive this rough.
Oh, no.
And I'm not saying bad way, but very aggressive and using the bumpers like you said.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Thomas races at Southside where I guess the blocking and you get out in front, you do whatever you got to do to keep the guy behind you. At Langley, it's not quite that way. Yeah. And that in itself is what's had me really frustrated. If I don't mind the blocking so much, like I said in the interview after the race a couple weeks ago, I don't mind the blocking so much as I don't like if I'm under somebody getting chopped off. And if I'm there, I'm there. Give us a spot. So you got to have someplace.
Right.
So
we now have the turn down lane, which I think has changed.
You mean
the
lower group?
The lower group. Well, I'm getting to that. That's changed the dynamics of all the races.
Absolutely.
It's not only affected the way the cars are handling, but the ways the guys are setting them up. I see more and more people using that new group. The
minute I saw that bulldozer dig the first dig, I was on the phone to my guys saying everything just changed.
Yep.
And when a few years ago, when they put you got to understand Langley years ago. You okay, babe? You bored? Okay. We're going to get some pizza.
Okay.
Anyways, a few years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, there was dirt at the bottom of the racetrack and a really nice place that you could hang your left front tire off of, kick stones. Myself, Phil Warren, and one of the other boys was really good at it. And he hooked C.J. Johnson. Hook the tire, kick up a bunch of dirt, and leave everybody. Well, then they went and put rumble strips in. I hated the rumble strips till we figured them out. Once we figured out the rumble strips and figured out a way to get the shocks where you could just ride over the rumble strips and you knew where the bottom of the racetrack was, it was done. Langley's a completely, not like Bowman Gray, completely flat, but it's got 3-4 degrees.
It's 3 or 4. It's actually 11 in the corners, believe it or not.
I don't believe it. Yeah. Literally, it's a flat track. It's a flat Phoenix.
Yeah.
So anyways, long story short, rumble strips came in, and this year they were required to put a lane at the bottom.
It's supposed to be an emergency drop-down lane.
Right. Well, if they were doing that, my opinion would have been to put something between the lane and the tracks.
I'm jump in and interrupt this part. Carl said he's only got a few minutes that he can throw on here. Shannon didn't get in touch with him in time, but he said he'll throw a few minutes. He's packing up to go to Kansas right now. So
Caitlin's still on too.
Caitlin's still on. No, she's on one.
Caitlin's on one.
Yes, so I have a 7:30 meeting, so I'm going to have to head out here. Thank you guys for having me on.
Caitlin, we've had a nuts night. I promise you I'll give you a half hour next week. How's that?
Okay.
Because I want to get into it with what you were just talking about with Justin and all that.
Okay, sounds good. I will talk to you guys next week then. Thank you.
Caitlin.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Okay, Carl, you're on the air.
What's going on, guys?
How you doing, Carl?
Hello, Carl.
Yeah, we got a full house in here tonight as well.
Yep, scrambling in the rain. I don't know if it's wet where you are.
Oh yeah, it's been wet. They had flash flood warnings all day today up here.
It's pouring.
Yeah,
I just walked
I had to
in.
run around outside and work.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I reckon it works out. Y'all guys up Virginia Beach got a boat sitting in the garage anyway, right?
Yeah.
Most of us do.
Where are you at, Carl, right now?
Mooresville.
Oh, okay.
He's still getting some of it down there too.
Yep.
So, Carl, you back running the trucks in the Nationwide, right?
That is correct.
And not doing too bad from what I understand.
Well, we're not financed like most of the teams in the top 20 are. We're at the bottom of the field, and we're taking 3 or 4 people to the racetrack and making races and grouping together. Last week, Jennifer Joe and Mike Harmon and myself, we all shared the same pit crew at New Hampshire. All 3 of us come on pit road at the same time, and guess who get to go a lap down? It was me.
Oh, goodness. Hey, well, when you come to Martinsville, if you want some help, let us know. We'll grab a couple of guys to come out there and give you a hand.
I won't be at Martinsville. I'll be in Gateway. Yeah, the truck that I've been driving kind of made a deal with Derek Cope, and we're going to let either Angela or Amber, I'm not sure which one of his nieces, are going to drive at Martinsville. But they'll be there in the 01 Coma Unwind Relaxation Chevrolet.
Cool. So, and now NASCAR's let you come back in and do the Nationwide and all that. Kind of give us an update. Are the fines still there?
Yes. You know how NASCAR is always a stickler about the rules.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Ask the 33 car.
if you read the rules good enough, I was fined, and it took a little bit. I didn't realize this to begin with. You just have to go back and read and reread stuff. I was suspended as a driver. My wife was fined as the car owner because the car owner's license is in her name.
Right.
So they're letting, if you want to put it in plain simple terms, you know, Carl Edwards can go to the racetrack. Jack Roush has to stay at home. If that would have been in a big type of fine, and that's basically what it is. Is this a NASCAR license number attached to my wife, who's the owner, and my crew chief? Neither one of those can come back to the racetrack and they get a license because their license is in bad standing.
Right.
But I have been able to get my wife to a few races under a family pass. You can carry her to 4 races a year, so I've been able to bring her back. I haven't been able to get Charles back until we can resolve this fine issue. And, you know, it's just not, I don't see it being happening right now. The only thing that I can tell you that I'm using it for that may or may not happen is using it as a marketing tool. Some of y'all guys might know about.
Yeah. Now, I remember on your website you used to have all the people that were donating and everything like that, too.
Yeah, it got up to about a little over $20,000.
Yeah.
And when PayPal got finished with it all, it was just a little over 15. Their percentages are pretty high when you only are just donating $1 or $2. You know, the $20 donations weren't so bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, what we wound up doing at the end of the year is I just put a notice on the website, because at the end of the year, if it's in my bank account, then I got to pay income taxes on it, which is another 30% of it, because it's not like a charitable donation thing or whatever. It was in my account. So at the end of the year, we looked back at it, and what we did is we paid off all of the vendors that we wound up owing from the Charlotte ordeal, the way it came out. And basically I submitted something on my website that told guys, look, we got to do this, you know, and if you want your money back, just send it to me, because I'm not going to send it to NASCAR for their foundation when the biggest charity I knew right then that needed it was me.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
And so I took care of it, and
like I said, and nobody. I had a bunch of responses, and all the guys in there, they feel like, look, what you done. I even had some people even send more to try to, help us get through and get started this year. And what happened, the way I got back into racing, and you just start reading this stuff, and you read, okay, it is my race team. I am the owner, but it's me and my wife together, and she owns the license. So the first race of the year, I go to Daytona, and I use our truck and trailer, and I haul it down for an ARCA team, and get down there and get to talking to people. And the next week, I rented the truck and trailer to a truck team and carried them to Atlanta, and he was like, man, I wish you could drive. I could do all that. I said, well, I can drive. It's my wife and crew chief that are hung out. I can drive. And so I started driving his truck. And then his crew chief come up with a deal with one of his friends for the 68 team in a nationwide series, which is owned by a guy named Craig Partee, and the crew chief is Morris Van Vliet. And Morris and I went to Dover and finished 11th in the truck race. And so from that point on, the Bush team they put together, I've been driving it, and we're actively seeking some sponsorship, and we've got some things that's pretty hot, and we may be able to run more than 4 or 5 races next year, and we're trying to get the whole season out of it.
Cool. That sounds like a good working deal.
Well, the thing is when you're on the bottom of the totem pole where we are, and you've got guys that can afford to go get a race car and maybe afford to get a motor. I've got everything else. I mean, the pit equipment, the scales, the jacks, the tools, all of that stuff I'm bringing along with me, and I'm saving these guys $50,000, $60,000 that they don't have to go spend in having all the support equipment. So all the stuff that I've accumulated over all of these years, and I'm dragging it to the racetrack, and so it's making racing more affordable for them, and getting me indoors that I hadn't been in. And then a couple times this year I've had to do some starting parks for some people, but they've seen me qualifying this stuff now, and it's like all of a sudden they remembered that I could do it, and that's where I'm going this weekend. I've got a starting park deal with a team kind of associated with Derek Cope out in Kansas.
Well, I'll have to get up with you later on and talk a few things with you.
Well, we will definitely be down at Speed Street. Come down there and visit us at Speed Street on next week before the Charlotte race, or after the race in California. And one of our PR girls, Shannon, there, she's a member of a church in Concord, and she's trying to put together a food drive, and for needy people that they're kind of going foodless and homeless, and it's still a tough time in the economy. So she's putting on a little food drive with her, and I'm helping support that, and we'll be there and signing the Fleur de Lis Motorsports cards, and like I said, and hopefully by then maybe we'll be able to announce something with our sponsorship. But I'm not going to tell nobody nothing until we got it on the ink and we know we got it going on. I ain't going to jinx myself.
I tell you what,
don't do that.
Place, you don't even want to do it till you make sure you got the check in hand that's already going to the bank.
And cash.
That's right.
Well, Carl, go get ready for. Let's get you back on here in a couple of weeks. Go get ready for Kansas, and have a good time out there.
All right, and y'all will get your oars out and your Volkswagen hoods and stuff like that and float them around out there. You get home tonight.
Well, we got the boats ready. Let me tell you, Carl.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot.
All right, take care. He's a pretty cool guy. He is.
I like Carl. He's just a regular guy.
Yeah, just like you and me,
Okay,
so.
When we first had him on, right after that fine and everything, oh my God, the show did not shut down till almost 10:30.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That was a 5-minute thing. 15.
Free day. Okay, I'm glad you jumped in on that one, Mason.
What'd you do, Mason? I just stepped up.
How much does it
Dennis Siebert, and you know who Dennis is.
From up at Saluda. Fred's son.
Fred's son.
Yeah.
Wants to know how much a competitive mod.
How much money for a
year?
car?
Not to buy it.
Run
How
it?
much to run it?
Oh, I don't know. You could have probably $8,000 budget. maybe
That's
less.
not bad. Yeah, we figured about a $4,000 budget.
Depends how many motors you pop in one season.
You know, to add in a little bit of damage and stuff
bumpers
like that.
And side panels.
I tell you what. No, you gotta understand. I've been racing.
Bars.
No. I've been racing the mod for 5 years. We had one wreck about 3 years ago when Chris and I got together, and that was just because we touched tires. Since then, this car that I got is new. Was not damaged until a few weeks ago when right after we put the new bottom down there, and it was kind of my fault and kind of his fault. We just were racing and got down on the new stuff, and it was slipping and sliding. He slid up. The 69 car went up to pass on the outside. I filled the hole. He came back down. I was trying to get out of his way, and when I got on the flat stuff, and it was brand new, it was just too slick. And we got together. So there's no big deal there. But anyways, we've had minimal body damage to the car, except for bumpers.
Yeah.
And you know, ever since, and we were talking about the apron and everything. Well, so they brought the rumble strips in. We knew where the bottom was.
Let's get back to that.
Yeah, now they got the apron in there, and the apron has changed everything. And I said, when they did that, I said it's just a new groove with new asphalt, and drivers will gravitate towards new asphalt. The officials said they were going to control it, and I knew there's no way to control it. You'd have to. He said we're going to black flag if you go down there. I said, what are you going to do? Black flag the entire field?
Yep.
Because that's what's going to happen.
Yep.
Anybody that's capable of going down there is going to go down there. So now, you know, like 40's the new 20. Well, the apron is the new low groove. What used to be the bottom groove is now the outside groove. And the outside, what was the outside groove, is just non-existent no more.
Yeah. Well, and I noticed that even on this Saturday, the asphalt's really come in nice, and I noticed that I could drop down. I'm not used to going down there yet, but there was a couple times I could get really down on that flat.
I was in the dirt.
And it was just like...
I hit the dirt.
Yeah. Well, yeah, off turn 2.
Off of turn 2.
Yeah.
I hit the dirt. That's 14 feet lower than we were before.
Yep.
And you know, it's just amazing what you can do down there. And I'll tell you who brought that really to the forefront was Tim Brown in the modified race.
In the big modified
Everybody
race.
saw how he really used it, and as soon as I saw him start to go down there, I said, man, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
And then, of course, following Thomas week before last, you know, he'd get down 2 wheels down there steady, and the only way I could get under him was 4 wheels steady under there. And
it's got a little rubber on it now. It's starting to work in. It's got some grip.
It's got grip. It's got all the grip that the track used to have.
Yeah.
Put new asphalt, right? Put new asphalt down on the track, and then everything will change again, because now the bottom of the racetrack above the line will have the banking and the grip. So there'll be no need to use the apron. Right now, the apron's got grip, but no banking. It's off camber a little bit.
Yep.
But since you're coming off of 2, you don't really need the camber to hold the car, because if you drift, if you stay up in the groove in 1 and then cut down into 2, all you're getting is forward bite.
Yeah.
And a lot.
And that's what I noticed on it. I wasn't getting all 4 wheels down, but I had 3.5 down there, and I noticed that it was just like a.
But that's only when you're racing with somebody. Yeah. When you are by yourself and you can run the line by yourself, like when I got out in front, I just touched the apron because it is faster on the traditional bottom groove.
I've been liking dropping that left front down in 4. That's where I'm really using it, is when I drop down on that.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful. There's now a big bump there because of the ditch, and I mean, you're literally almost driving over the end of the ditch at the end of on the other side of pit road.
Well, I'm talking about dropping your front tire, your left front tire down and hooking it like you used to before the rumble strips and before they put all that in.
Yeah, you just got to be careful where you go, because there is some off-camber issues.
Thoughts on next year? Let's talk a little bit. I know about it, and I don't want you to get into it, but we've seen the modifieds kind of go up and down and up and down.
Oh, as far as the car count?
As far as the modified series.
It's modified series, I believe, is the best series going for the general local tracks now. It's the most affordable. sometimes it's the most treacherous to race in, more than the late models because of the
open wheels.
The open wheels. But the problem with the late models is if you don't, at the top 7 or 8 teams at Langley and at most racetracks now, all have employees.
Yep.
All have the big haulers. Not that the haulers matter. They all have plenty of motors, plenty of money. It's just it's gotten impossible. And I've always been one that could race with those guys that had a lot. The gap has gotten much bigger.
Right.
Between the haves and the have-nots.
Right.
And more power to the haves, but the gap has just gotten huge. So there's no fun there, no incentive. So going back to the modifieds with much less rules, much less restriction, allow you to be able to build a motor in your garage for $5,000-$6,000 and have actually too much horsepower. We are way off on horsepower.
Right.
We have a lot less horsepower than we really should have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, the series is going to grow strong. There are a lot of cars being built for Langley. Don't know what Southside's going to do as usual next year.
Right.
So we could get some of those cars depending on which way they go. The car count is dramatic at Langley because of a lot of different factors. Money is not one of the biggest factors, though.
I think it is right now. You don't see a lot of cars out there because of the financial.
Well, we had 18 last week. We had.
But 9, you only had 9 this week.
But that wasn't because of money.
That was because of tore up.
Yeah, we lost some guys to tour, lost some guys to
that's what I'm saying. There was a lot of
tore up.
Right, but all those cars are getting fixed. The crash cars are all getting fixed. You know, and there was just issues with a lot of people. We need a little bit better core group, and I was hoping with and not busting on the racetrack, I was hoping with the NASCAR involvement and us getting NASCAR points that would help more. But I don't know what's going on, but with our record, we should have been right up there at least in the top 100. We don't even show up on the sheet.
It's all based on car count. It's all.
We only have to have 14, and we've had that almost every week.
I thought you had to have 20.
No,
I thought both
20 is a full field.
No. 20 is a full field.
With the late model, not with the second series.
Oh, really?
Yeah, only 14 for the second series. But it's race count too. I mean, the first place guy has got 44 races.
Well, the first place guy in your division, if I remember correctly, is a figure 8 racer from Minnesota.
Oh, I have no idea where he's from.
It is.
I have no idea.
The top 3 guys I checked were figure 8 racers.
So, in my opinion, they should run late models once a month, big races, something like that. Bump the late modifieds up to the top series, and at Langley give them the NASCAR points, and you would have a gazillion late modifieds.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see more and more grow. It's just kind of. It seemed like this year was kind of a growing year.
Exactly. There's a lot of attention, and I'm hoping that with the way things have been going with Thomas and I, that draws more people into it.
Well, you've turned it into Bowman Gray.
The fans,
and I don't mean it in a bad way. You've turned it into these fans want to come see. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I mean, it's all the talk. It's everywhere.
And I think it's great. You couldn't ask for 2 better people.
Can we really see bumping back a series that has averaged 17, 18 cars all season in favor of one that hasn't been average as well?
Well, there's a lot of other
deciding factors into that. Mason, you got to remember too, late models are going into, I would say, they're going to turn into be a touring series. Right. Because the cost that it is to run these late models.
Well, that's where the problem is
and that's the problem.
Right. It cost a late model purse is 14
or 18.
14 or 18,000 a week, as opposed to 6,000.
Well, yeah, and it's just like Hudson just said. It's $150,000 to run easy for a top-notch team. It's just, and we know who the teams are. The Falks, Edwards is. Right. Nothing's bad against it, but they dump a lot of money into it.
A lot of money. Truck racing for
almost
a year.
Yeah. Modifieds, like you said, $6-7 grand for a motor. The chassis are very reasonable, 15 grand.
You can build a car like mine for less than $20,000.
Easy.
And it would run just like mine.
Yep.
Brett Hamilton does a phenomenal job on the chassis.
Yeah. Brett Hamilton, Bobby Creech.
Bobby does too. Mine's a Brett Hamilton car. Thomas's is Brett Hamilton. The 60 is a Brett Hamilton. The 33 is a Brett Hamilton.
Yep. The 83 is a Creech. Both the
69.9,
the 69.9,
and the 19,
and the 19 are all Bobby Creech cars. But they're very reasonable cost.
Yep. And the motors are. I mean, the motor that's in my car we bought from Joe Scarborough. It was his backup motor. 3 years ago, never been freshened up. Never done nothing to it. We changed spark plugs last week.
Yeah.
So he changes oil. John changes oil all the time. John, my owner and crew chief. And that's another thing that's made us successful is I don't work on the car.
Well, Big John's been doing. If anybody ever seen Shawn down there, he's got this guy, Big John, and he's the biggest teddy bear there is in the world, and he's your car owner. And God, who we got on here now?
We got Cassie Gannis on the line with us. Is that how to pronounce it right, Cassie?
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Okay. I got to finish up with Shawn here real quick because I know he's got to go. And I'm going to say congratulations on some great racing this season. And we're going to see you October 16th?
Yep, 16th.
For the last one.
Yep. And then we're going to, I'm told we're going to be in Pensacola. I'm told to be in Pensacola the first weekend in December for the Snowball Derby. So we're going to run
cool.
That.
Yeah. That would be good. Is it the big modifieds?
Nope.
Or little modifieds?
Same modifieds.
Same modified? Yep. You got to go down there and run the Snowball? That'll be cool.
And something might happen with Jason. We don't know, but you know the other stuff we got in the works for next year.
Yep, and my lips are sealed. JB Sipes says he wants to see you come run Southside next year.
Is Southside running next year?
Modifieds. I haven't heard. I've heard about 20 different things on that.
I know.
There's more rumors for
same
that
thing
place
every
in
year.
Southampton.
But I wouldn't mind. In fact, I'd love to run Southside. I've ran 3 years in the late model there. We finished third in points.
Yeah, it's a neat little track. I ran the Legends up there.
I like cool. Southside. The problem is cost and time.
Yep.
It's Friday difficult to run Friday night and Saturday with one car.
Yeah.
And that's it. And of course the cost. I'm getting too old to run 2 racetracks.
Oh, come on. You're never too old.
No, that's true too.
We've had that talk before too. You're never too old.
All right, but everybody.
Look at Red Farmer. He's still out there.
He's not much older than me.
Yeah, he was.
Red Farmer.
Yeah.
Not
hey,
much older than you.
when Red started running.
Red's 20 years older than me. No, he's 18 years older than me.
He's 73. Is he 73?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So he's 17, almost 18 years old.
A little bit older.
18, almost 19.
Okay, he was still on the...
Shepherd.
It says here, born disputed.
Morgan Shepherd, 64.
10 years older.
Disputed. It's disputed when he was born.
Red?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, I got to go.
All right, get out of here.
Bye. See you. Thanks.
Good seeing you.
You too. Come on, sweetie.
Oh, man.
Stick your head on.
You would not believe the day we have had. Cassie, right?
Yeah.
Bye, Cassie.
Okay.
Cassie is a late model driver?
Yes, I'm a late model driver.
And where are you out at? Tell us a little bit, give us a little bit of history.
Well, I'm 19 years old. I've been racing for 10 years now. I started racing on quarter midgets and my way up, and now I'm in late models and race at Tucson Raceway Park, Irwindale out in California, and Las Vegas.
So you're a West Coast girl.
Yeah, I want to come out there and race, but it's hard on us right now.
Man, I'll tell you what, some of the best racing goes on from the Midwest clear to the East Coast.
Yeah, I'd move out there tomorrow if I could and race out there, but it's hard on funding right now.
Yeah. So we're running late models now. We're running offset chassis. Are we doing like a super late model?
Yeah, it's like a super late model out here. It has a crate motor in it right now.
What's that?
She's been to Langley.
Have you been to Langley?
I've did a little parking start thing out there, but never actually raced there.
When did you do that? Clay Rock. Oh!
Is that the last race?
That was when C started parts.
Oh, okay. Is that his last race?
You were in the 95, weren't you?
Oh, back in May.
Yeah.
Oh, I've met you.
Yeah.
You didn't? Do you know who I am?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
That means either one of two things. Either A, you said something very nice, or B, you were a creeper.
What was I, Cassie?
No, you were very nice.
I parked their camper. I helped them get their camper parked. Cassie, I didn't realize that was you. I'm sorry. That was a hectic day, too, so I was in 300 places at once.
Oh, here come the excuses, Cassie.
Boyer,
Your day was headed. My day was just headed. I was playing Chuck Hall.
Clint Boyer's fine has been upheld.
Yeah, that means they said, go away with your appeal. Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the whole spiel, everybody's all upheld.
Well, they're appealing again.
Oh.
I think
they have two appeals, I think.
You appeal the appeal with an appeal over the appeal.
Mason.
And then you open a box and you find another appeal.
Sit.
Just find an orange and just keep peeling away. Okay?
So Cassie, we've done some USAR racing. Are you trying to get full time into that? What are you planning on doing?
I want to be racing in that series, but anywhere is good for me right now. Either in a super late model out in the East Coast or anywhere right now. I just want to get into a car.
You just want to race,
southeast.
And didn't Caitlin come from the West Coast too?
Who?
Caitlin came from New Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah.
She came
and you're in Phoenix, or not Phoenix, California, right?
No, she's in Arizona.
Phoenix.
Phoenix?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you've been down to the Copper World, I take it?
I don't believe so. I haven't.
You've never been down to the Copper Classic?
No, unfortunately.
You know who the winningest driver of the Copper World Classic is, don't you?
I do not.
Do you?
No, not really.
Hudson?
What's that?
He don't know nothing.
What'd you say?
Who's the winningest driver at the Copper World Classic?
The winningest driver could be Hudson Hall, and he wouldn't know it's Hudson Hall.
I don't know.
Kenny Schrader.
Really?
I was
Yep.
going to say either...
Kenny Schrader.
You know who's the winningest dirt late model driver?
Dirt late model driver?
Just done number 500.
Billy Moore.
Stop Bloomquist.
You know what? That's I kind of got to. That's debatable. That's debatable.
He just done number 500 out in Tennessee.
That's debatable. So.
He always says that when he doesn't know.
Do we got anything coming up, Cassie?
Say that again?
I said, do you got anything coming up?
Well, this weekend, hopefully I'm going to be racing out at Las Vegas Motor Speedway up at the bull ring.
Right.
If the car decides to work for us this time. And it's been giving us a whole bunch of problems.
Is that a Legends car?
No, it's the late model.
It's the late model?
Yeah.
Running the bull ring.
The bull ring is a fun track to run late models at.
You know what? Somebody just brought this up too. You're 19 years old. Have you graduated yet?
Yes, I have graduated. I'm in college right now too.
Well, when you were going into high school and doing all this racing, and in school, I should say, did you do a lot of homeschooling, or did you go to a regular school?
I went to a regular school, but the thing with my school is I had to keep it above my grades, above a 3.0, and they were fine with missing any day I wanted to miss as long as it dealt with racing. So if I had above a 3.0, I was good.
Wow, I wish my school would have done that with me.
Yeah, they were really cool about it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So now we're going down to Las Vegas Bull Ring. That sounds like fun. Anything else? Are you going to make it out? You going to try to do the Toyota Shootout this year?
We will be doing the Toyota Shootout this year. No matter what kind of car I'm in, I'm going to be doing it no matter what. No matter what it takes, I will be doing it.
Late model, or are you going to try to do the what's the K&N series?
Yeah, late model, K&N, and super late model.
I would prefer to do the K&N series, but right now we have my late model, my super late model. So I mean, I would like to do the K&N, but we're trying to work things out.
Trying to get you a K&N car, in other words.
Have you applied for the, I know the Diversity Combine's got to be coming up here pretty soon for Revolution Racing. Have you applied for that?
Yes, I have applied for that, and I'm actually going to the Combine this year again.
Where is it going to be? I know it was at Motor Mile last year, South Boston year before.
I actually don't know where the track is going to be at or what we're going to do. They just sent me an email saying that I got accepted and pretty much we have to be in North Carolina on the 17th, and that's all I know.
So probably I'd say Concord, Motor Mile, or South Boston, in that, or Tri-County, in that region.
No, do it Langley.
Well, if you got to be in Charlotte, obviously there's no driver 6 hours to Langley. I'm thinking logically here, my friend.
If they can get around Langley, they can get around anywhere.
Yeah, that even more challenging Langley than South Boston is like that.
Yeah, South Boston's easy. Not that it's not, it's easier than Langley.
It's a different set of challenges.
Yeah, it's a way different set. So,
especially Justin Johnson's on track.
Well, come on. This is a late model girl. Come on, you're the late model expert.
East Coast late models. I don't know anything about urban late models. I know very little.
It's a late model series.
I know every time I've watched the All-Star Showdown, I've cringed during their late model races. The guys hit each other, and they turn into bid-rets instantaneously. It's like there's nowhere to go there. Like if a red starts, there's nowhere to go.
We really got a professional over here.
Yeah, when I decided I was going to come out here about an hour and a half ago, Mr. I never take notes.
I never do.
Exactly. So
works pretty good for me, doesn't it?
Glad by the see you.
Well, hold on. Late model racer this weekend, obviously being Martinsville. Have you ever tried to get anything together to come race at Martinsville for maybe a guy like Greg Marlowe who's got house cars, or Billy Hess?
Say that again?
Have you tried to come to Martinsville's big late model race?
My question's more intricate. Okay.
I have tried, but right now we're just tight on funding, and we really can't travel out to anywhere back east.
Well, have you talked? I know a lot of the chassis builders around here, like Greg Marlowe and Billy Hess, they have house cars that they'll rent or lease or put development drivers in.
We have, but...
And then there's a lot of teams like FDJ and Fathead Racing.
Yeah, we've talked to a few guys out there, but we're still tight on funding, and we're just better off running our car. I mean, I would love to be putting someone else's car and run really good equipment, but right now we just don't have the funding to really go anywhere.
In other words, they want a bring the money type.
She'd probably get along real well with Frankie, because he's a West Coast guy too. He's from California.
Frank Denny actually is, yeah.
That's true.
Linda on our chat room wants to know, with such a busy schedule, when do you get a chance to date, and are you dating?
No, I'm not dating anybody. I don't have time to date anybody right now. My schedule is so busy with school and racing. I don't have time.
She dates her race car. That's what it is.
Yep, exactly.
Many a race car has been called the mistresses. Yeah. Okay, now she wants to know, who is your favorite driver in any series?
I really don't have one specific driver that I like. I mean, I look at other drivers like Jimmy Johnson and everything that has won many of championships, that I want to be like him almost, and being in that series and being so successful.
Well, Jimmy Johnson being a California guy, another West Coast guy.
Kyle Busch being a Las Vegas kid.
Well, that's true. You got Kyle and Cook Busch.
KB18.
So.
But Kyle's been kicking some butt lately.
He is. All right. Linda says, good girl. You don't need to date. Worry about the racing. I agree.
Yeah. I'll worry about that maybe later or never.
There you go.
Hey, Cassie, do you take it, if you're ever on the show again, you'll have to get in the chat room at the same time that we have set up on Facebook. And that way you can talk with everybody in there as well, too.
Yeah, definitely. Next time I'll do that.
Because I didn't know if you were out running around or if you were at home, actually.
No, I'm actually at home. Actually, about probably 20 minutes ago, I got done working on my car.
Well, go get that car ready. Go on your date with your car. And we'll get you back on here shortly. You get any news, give us a buzz.
Yeah, definitely, I will.
Go ahead and give the rundown and thank your sponsors before you get out of here.
Yeah, I just want to thank my dad. I mean, he's my primary sponsor right now on the car. My mom, my sister for giving me the support. My grandparents back in Pennsylvania that have always supported me, and everyone else who supported me too, all my friends and everybody that has.
Cool. Well, hopefully we get you hooked up and somebody will watch you or listen to the show and say, hey, maybe we need to do some sponsorship here and get you hooked up that way.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you guys, too, for letting me be on the show.
Well, we were glad to have you. You have yourself a good night and kick ass.
Thank you. You too.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. She's a pretty cool little girl. I actually got to meet her for the USAR Pro Cup. It never dawned on me. It did not dawn on me.
See, you want to talk about me not bringing information? Boom! Headshot.
Children play nice.
I'm going to smack him upside the head. Let me see your hat for a minute. Give me your hat.
Don't hit me with Hoti Maroon, man. That's just disrespectful to
Where
the
my
hat.
daughter goes.
That's disrespectful to the hat.
She goes to Virginia Tech.
Bleed orange and maroon. Come on, man.
Yep. So, are we done? Let's get out of here. We can get out of here on time. Everybody bombarded us. Everybody bombarded us right at 7 o'clock.
Can we at least talk a bit about this weekend?
Martinsville, we got
and the Legend Nationals.
Yeah, that's right. I better hit the Legend Nationals.
Real quick.
Martinsville.
No, we got time.
Yeah, it's
Martinsville, the Virginia
I'm
is
pumped.
for lovers. 300.
I'm pumped. 92 cars have tested.
92 cars have tested. You're going to end up with about 85 there. 43 start. There's going to be a couple of heat races.
425 lappers.
425 lappers. They're taking the top 4 out of them. I think
top 5 out of each.
Top 5 out of each.
22 cars are locked in on times alone.
Okay, that was Saturday. My next thing. 22 on Saturday. Sunday, the heat races, which are
last year I was kind of disappointed.
Thunder flying.
I was kind of disappointed.
Heat races.
Heat race number 3, which if I remember correctly, had like guys like Caleb Holman and Darrell Wallace, and that was your typical fender flying, go for it heat race.
Yep.
1, 2, and 4, not so much. Heat race 1, it started out. It was a great battle between CE and I believe it was Jason York for the lead, but then Jason jumped the restart, got black flag, had to give the position back. CE walked the dog with it, won that heat race. Heat race 2. I can't remember who won, but I remember the best battle in that race was actually for the transfer spot. Dustin Rumley had it, Wesley Falk wanted it, but Dustin held him off at the end, and a great little 5-race battle that them two had going on. And heat race 4 was just forgettable, very forgettable.
Very forgettable.
Very forgettable. Obviously, because I did. But I mean, and then the feature was just phenomenal. You had, as my buddy Langley says, it was the best Martinsville race he'd ever been to. It started out, first started race, they ran clean. They ran respectfully. Matt McCall blew up early, which was a disappointment. You wanted to see what he could do because he was on a tear in the UARA. But everybody ran each other clean. But then the halfway break came, and the stupid switch turned on. And it just made it even more interesting. I saw a car get ripped to shreds on the front stretch. Jeremy Donnelly and Clay Rogers hook. Donnelly was spinning down the middle of the front stretch, and they just piling in. And I mean, Philip Morris and Frankie wrecking each other. Rivalry continues on there. I was really hoping Frank would get in a car this weekend, but it's not looking like it's going to happen. He's got about 10 other cars he's going to have there.
You said he's not even going to have time.
Now, from what I hear, Timothy Peters is going to be
Timothy Peters will be there.
Timothy's going to be in a car.
Stallings' own car. I believe it's going to be helped out by the Sellers, which, if you want to be competitive right now in late model, Sellers are one of the guys to team up with. Obviously, lead podium 19.9 in testing. That's just phenomenal. And he's in one of the lesser, I don't want to say lesser respected, but the lesser known chassis builders. Hedgecock is known, but lately Hedgecock hasn't been known to win. In comparison to Creech,
Jay Hedgecock is a very well-known chassis builder.
Been around a long time.
He's been around.
But in the what have you done lately category, he's kind of overshadowed by the FPJ and the Creech.
I'm going to say this right now. Jay Hedgecock has been there, done that before anybody else was been there, done
that. Right. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
as far as one of the best, he is the best. Period. End of conversation.
Rick Townsend.
Rick is he's up there too. Rick hasn't done a lot lately. He's coming back on. Okay, I'm going to tell you how this works, and we can go by this at Langley Speedway, and I'm going to jump down your throat about this. Okay.
Top 10 Bobby Creech cars?
No. It's not always been Creech. It's not always been Townsend. It's not always been.
He keeps saying always. I said, what have you done lately?
Hold on.
What have you done lately?
Everybody out there is a great chassis builder, but what happens is it goes in cycles. And I remember 10 years ago.
Somebody will find something new and it'll incorporate it and it starts running, and somebody else finds something new.
Right. Hedgecock was the car to have 10 years ago. And Emmanuel Savakis car. You know, Zavakis was hot on there. Then Townsend car. That was the car to have. You wanted a Townsend. Then you wanted a Creech, and then it went to Marlowe, and then it went to A&E.
But right now it's kind of split.
It's a big rotation. It's who finds that little bit advantage. Bobby Creech builds a great car. I've known Bobby a long time. Brett Hamilton. It's just like
I saw Brett race 2 weeks ago for the first time.
Yeah, Brett's a great driver and a great chassis builder. It goes in cycle. You know the car that Richard Petty flipped down the front stretch at Daytona, and Kenny Wallace came up and hit him, the famous one in '89, the one that he finally said he was going to retire. That was a Jay Hedgecock car.
Really?
Okay,
cool.
So he's been around that long.
Now let's go back to what I said.
You know,
in the "What have you done lately" crowd,
Jay's won
Hedgecock kind of stepped back.
104 races this year. It's not just this area. You got to remember, he builds them East Coast and Midwest.
Okay, but the late model stock in the Eastern crowd that's going to be at Martinsville. That will be at Martinsville.
I bet you there'll be 10.
You've seen
Hedgecock cars at least
this
10.
Past year. You've seen the dominance of, and it's been split up. Marlowe in the UARA, Brennan Poole 6 wins. I mean, that's unheard of in the UARA Tour. You don't even know what the UARA Tour is.
Yeah, I do.
Where'd they race last?
I don't know. I don't follow UARA.
That's what I'm telling you.
But I've known people that run UARA.
Who do you know?
Gordon, actually, Gary Weeks used to run UARA.
How long ago?
2 years ago.
I don't think so.
Well, I'm talking. Well, 2 years is kind of within the parameter.
Yeah,
but right now, last year UAR was dominated by a Pistone car. This year it's dominated by a Marlowe car.
They weren't Pistone cars, you knucklehead.
Pistone was working on it. Sure, the main part of the chassis was a Creech, but this one was not only a Pistone sold chassis, it was owned by Tom himself.
Who's Mark Rogers?
He's a buddy of ours from Langley Speedway.
Did anyone see Race 22's 11 through 20 list recently on the
FDJ
power
Army
rankings?
Big Race Power Rankings?
Okay.
22 through 12. I believe 22 was Garrett Campbell, 21 was Patty Rodenbeck, and goes on down with guys like Brandon Dean, Justin Johnson, etc. And then the next 11 will come out tomorrow probably. But I mean, like lately, when you go to Martinsville, Marlowe dominated last year. Dominated. At least 4 of the, well, actually like 6 of the top 10. The winner, first, second, third. Matt D was like 7th in Marlowe's own car.
Go ahead.
What?
You want to cut down Hedgecock?
I am in no way cutting down Hedgecock. How am I cutting down Hedgecock?
Hudson, what was he saying?
Marlowe dominated the top 10.
What did he say earlier about Hedgecock? In
recent years, his cars haven't done as well as they have in the past. They haven't been as well known as they have in the past. In the "What have you done for me lately"
Phil Warren won one of his Martinsville races in a Hedgecock.
Last time Phil Warren won a Martinsville race was 2001. That falls out of the parameters of "What have you done lately."
You weren't even an itch in your daddy's pants when Jay Hedgecock started building cars.
Matt, my birth falls out of the "What have you done lately" parameters. Lately is like 2 to 3 years.
John sounds like he cut it down, didn't he, John? He did.
Oh my God.
Listen,
lately, 2 to 3 years.
We got to go back to the Nationals.
No. I want the track championships this year.
I think he's
Creech has got like technically you could say Creech has 3, if you want to call it a Pistone or no Well, FTJ, yeah. Creech has Langley. Creech has Southside. FTJ has Sobo and Motor Mile. Pistone, Creech, has Caraway. Mercer, who has a Pistone, Creech, has Hickory. Wimbish, who has a Marlowe, has Tri-County.
Who's got Old Dominion?
Adam Brenner, I'm not sure what car he drives, but I have a good source.
And he talks about me not taking notes.
No, I have a good source in that team. He loves the notes. But anyway, in the last 2 years, Headstart cars have done well. Sellers' team is picking up. I mean, God, Lee Pulliam has been on tear this year. Natalie Sather, the last race in Motor Mile, finished 4th. She was amazing in that Headstock car. But apart from Sellers and Bruce Anderson, there's not a lot of Headstock names that have stuck out as they have in the past.
Okay. And I'm not cutting any of them down.
Name me a Headstock driver.
Sellers.
I've already named Sellers. Name me outside of Sellers Racing, Bruce Anderson Racing. Name me a Headstock driver. Bad Midget.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
that
at Phil's
Ford
old
was a
2001.
Headstock car. Yeah. Let's see who else, because I haven't followed the late model scene, so I can't name them.
I mean, I'll be honest. I follow the late model scene. I can't name them any Headstock
He's
guys.
got like 104 wins this year, I think, is what I saw. Hedgecock does.
Well, I did the emails. I'm on the list because I respect the guy, and I want to keep up with what he's doing.
He is. He really is. But it all goes in cycles. It's just who's the flavor of the year.
Engine builders.
Yeah.
Kowalski.
Yeah.
Well, it's still
and
kind
Charlie
of split
High.
It's still
and
kind of
then,
split up those days.
you know, H&E out of Richmond when they were
Still kind of split
popular.
up. You got Rayvon, you got Billy Bates, you got
what was the other engine builder up in Richmond? Passed away here a couple years ago.
Oh, jeez, I don't know.
Used to do.
Who were you adding into the show after we were going in?
Go ahead. It's just say, hey, who it is.
Who is it?
Yeah, who is it?
Tell them who it is.
Hello.
Your name's Hello?
Are you talking to me, Roger?
Yeah. I told you I wasn't going to tell them who it was.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Oh, Jamie Toddle's a Headstock and
Schmuck.
Florence a Headstock.
Is this Mark?
Yes.
This is Mark Schmuck.
What are you doing, Mark?
Yeah.
We're arguing about chassis builders.
Oh, nice.
Arguing, I'm just getting my point confused. You were confusing my point.
I'm not confusing. You were cutting him down.
How? Explain to me
What
how.
has he done lately? He's done a lot. He's
said
also got a program down there that trains. He's also got a program down there that trains.
Now let him get some input in there.
Hold on.
Mark, Jay Hedgecock.
Let me say what I said. Mark, I said in the What Have You Done Lately world in late models, Hedgecock's name isn't as well known as it was in the past behind guys like Marlowe, Pistone, Creech.
Mark, what has Jay Hedgecock done lately?
Jay Hedgecock won the championship for Bubba Johnson. I know that.
Where at?
I remember that. Yeah, 99, 2000.
Lately! 11 years is outside the parameters of lately. If I can graduate high school and middle school and some of elementary school in the time that happened, has happened since, it is not lately.
Yeah, you're right. That is lately. Lately is lately.
That was my point. I respect the hell out of Jay Hedgecock and what he's done.
He's backpedaling now.
When I was 18, the first thing I thought about doing was doing a Jay Hedgecock school.
Yeah, he's got a
When I was 19, I
school.
considered it again. Okay, so this backpedaling shit is just that.
I got him riled up, Mark. This is big.
You were riled up first.
He started cutting down Hedgecock. He's like, well, what has he done lately?
I couldn't tell you. Yeah,
I know he's still
and then
got
I
the
turned it
school
on him. I asked him to name a Hedgecock driver outside of Sellers. And he couldn't do it. You couldn't do it.
Moore's hat?
He has one Hedgecock that he's torn up, but now he's back with Rick Townsend.
Yeah, Townsend Oliver's opened back up.
Moving at Martinsville. Come on.
Jay's car did dominate Martinsville practice with Lee Pulliam behind the wheel. I said that. and they're going to be a forced win. My 10 drivers to watch, which will come out on race 22 soon.
In all seriousness, it just goes in cycles. You know, Bobby, it's the flavor of the year.
Well, whose chassis is Timmy running?
I can neither confirm nor deny any of that information.
I believe it is.
Are you going down to help him?
Owned by Stallings. I believe it's a Hedgehog.
Yes, I will be there to help him. I don't know what kind of help I am.
Mark, I'll be there beside you.
That's my day off, man. All right, he's going to play, so whatever.
Man, well, you ought to go and play then. Have a good time. Chase women.
You ain't going to get a whole lot of work out of me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that.
No, I really don't know. I don't know.
Who's he running it for?
Stallings. I said that 10 times.
Stallings? I didn't
I don't know his first name. His name's Stallings. So it probably is a Hedgehog because they have a partnership with Sellers.
Okay.
Well, hellfire, I wish I could tell you. I don't know. I know it's been clipped, so I don't know.
Nick used to drive a Hedgehog.
I mean, but I don't
Smith.
Any more than that.
Well, it sounds like it may be a Hedgehog.
Oh. If you're not talking, man, I'm sorry, dude. I'm in a shed trying to stay out of the rain looking at this fire pit I just built.
Take some pictures and put it on Facebook so we can see it.
But it's a by God badass fire pit. Hey, y'all. I can't get a love.
Everybody went quiet in the background on you.
Was everybody heading to Barnesville or what?
I'm leaving in the morning.
I'm staying here.
I'll be there Saturday night. This is Hudson, by the way. So.
I'll be there all 3 days, either cooped up in the media center or cooped up in the other media center, eating hot dogs.
Nice.
Martinsville hot dogs.
Yeah, they're good for breakfast.
I've heard that. You ain't the first one to say that.
Hey, you're cleaned out by lunch, and then you're ready to dig after lunch.
There you go.
You're good to go.
I was on the clearances for the first time this year. Never been to clearances.
What are y'all talking about? Come on, we got to find something juicy to talk about.
Well, hey, give us some insight. What's happening in the truck world there? Timothy has been doing halfway decent still again. I'm still looking for his next win.
Yeah, that is for sure.
Is he staying there with that team for next year?
To my knowledge, yes, but you can never tell what's going to happen with the drivers and contracts and stuff like that.
Are you staying there for next year?
This is a question I can neither confirm nor deny at this point.
Jesus.
He's just a wealth of knowledge tonight.
Well, I'm going to be honest, I'm not even going to touch on that. My intention is to stay with Red Horse Racing because I really like working there, but
if they decide to...
That's where I'm at.
They decide to change things in there, that's them.
Yeah, I mean...
You going to come out for that big INEX Legends race they're going to have out here?
What is coming out where, Roger? To Langley?
Yeah, they're going to have a big INEX
Legends
Nationals race.
What?
About 200 plus
every
cars.
year for the last 19 years.
They'll have like a 3-day event. It'll almost be like that Legends Million that they had. They'll have about as many cars, but it won't be as much money. But it's their national championship race. Last one.
Oh, that'll be neat.
That's what's that, Hudson?
That's
7th, 8th, and 9th.
7th, 8th, and 9th.
Dude, we had 33 legends here this weekend.
Yes!
They ran a B main, and I'm surprised. Who was it? Bobby Gobble started dead last in the damn field and ended up finishing 18th. And I'm not saying nothing bad about Bobby. He's just learning how to drive. But
it's his first year.
It's his first year, you know, and he's been staying in the back, and he just stayed out of trouble and finished 18th.
Damn, that's awesome.
Oh, you waited till after he left the chat room to say that.
No, I would have said it if he was in there. So he did a good job. He got Rookie of the Year this year.
Yep.
So, I mean, he did a real. He's been, since he watered it up the first time, the first time in the car, he's done really well.
What did Rick do directing on lap 3?
Lap 9.
Oh, he made it lap 9? Okay.
Yeah.
Rick can't say that.
So.
How many Legends cars will they start?
They are going to start
24 in each main.
24?
Yep.
Plus provisionals.
2 provisionals.
That's awesome.
And they are going to have 15 in the heats. and the heats are 10-lap shootouts. 12-lap shootouts.
Inverted.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
And yeah, that's another thing, Mark. They're going to invert the whole field.
Oh, man. Oh, that's off.
Bill Mullins said down at the Nationals, one of the heats out of the 15 cars, 14 wrecked.
Wow, that's expensive.
Yep. So it's going to be, that's something, if you ain't doing nothing, that's the weekend you need to come back home for a little bit.
What weekend is that? Because, I mean, we're off this whole month of October, so I was going to head home. I got to go to Martinsville this weekend. But
7th, 8th, and 9th.
I'm home and see my dad in Virginia Beach, so.
The 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Okay.
And if you let me know, I'll hook you up.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll try to go by after Martinsville.
Yeah, come on up. It'll be a good time.
I told him if Timothy wins that race, I ain't gonna be teared down because I hear they take the body off. I'm not staying for all that.
Oh, they take it down to the bare chassis.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
I tell you what, from the moment you show up on Friday,
yo, dude, I gotta go. I gotta work Monday, man.
All right, man. Well, listen. Oh, yeah, Sunday. Hell yeah. Tell them I gotta go, man. Get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I ain't tearing that car down.
Last year, I was there covering, and I left after Tech was done, so obviously.
We're out there, dude. There were some fast cars at the test that I went to.
Yeah.
Our test was not up to scuff, but it was, you know, everything's been since worked on.
So they should be good to go.
Let's hope so.
Okay.
I know that if y'all are talking about horsepower, Jeremy Upchurch is flying the horsepower for Timothy Peters this weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've never met Jeremy Upchurch, but I got to meet him at the test. He's cool. He's pretty down there as you're going to get.
He can make some horsepower too, can he?
Yeah, well, let's hope so. Yeah, he seemed like a really nice guy. I'm sure he don't build anything to run second. I know he was a real nice guy. He was hands-on. He was right there. He was pretty cool. He was a very nice guy.
Yep.
Make some horsepower too, let's hope.
There you go.
Let's hope. Well, listen, give Timothy a good luck. You know, hopefully he can pull one off down there.
Yeah, no shit.
So
let's do it. We got to win in something.
He's been doing good in the trucks, though. He really has.
Yeah, whatever. We won Daytona and then we've been quiet. Come on.
Yeah.
That Tableau 9 is whipping that ass, pal.
Boy, I tell you what, hasn't he?
Oh my God, dude.
Hey, is Horner Day going to be back at Kevin Harvick next year? You heard anything?
No, I haven't heard anything about that.
He'll be back.
We've all been talking about it, but I haven't heard anything, reliable from that at all. God almighty, they're jamming this song. All right, I'm all this. Hey, it's been real.
Been real. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Come on up.
Okay.
Later.
Later, bud.
Yeah.
I'm staying in the media center.
He's wide open.
Yeah, he was having fun building the fire pit today, but just finished getting it done a little bit ago.
Legend Nationals, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
$5 for Thursday, $10 for both Friday and Saturday.
$5 for Thursday, $10 for Friday, Saturday,
$10.
$20
for the whole weekend.
$20 the whole weekend.
Is that being broadcast or
I think, if I am not mistaken, your dad said there was 2 reserved parking spots left.
In the pits.
In the pits.
I'm not sure. That's talking.
I'm not so sure.
I got mine.
They don't tell me either.
We're camping out Friday night.
Gonna be interesting. No, yeah, and then now they're open testing Wednesday morning till afternoon.
And testing Thursday is from 8 to 5.
Yep. After they go through inspection. I think they got to go through inspection first. Here, what am I doing?
You know what you have next?
This is how it's going to work. Wednesday from noon until 6 p.m. is parking and pre-registration. But they're going to practice all day. They're going to have practice all day. 8 a.m. credentials open. There's pre-tech at 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Everybody's got to go through tech before they hit the track. Noon it starts, and it goes until 9 p.m. Nothing but practice. Friday they start racing, or they start qualifying at noon, and then they start heat races at 3 to 6 p.m. And Thunder Cars are racing too.
And Bandoleros.
And Bandoleros.
Thunder Cars will race Friday and Saturday.
Hold on. I'm on Friday.
And race champions Friday night.
No, Bandoleros don't run till Saturday. They don't run Friday. Huh? Listen.
You got this one track. Look, I'm writing a program for this. I know what's going on.
They don't run till Saturday.
I know.
See?
I typed this whole thing out today.
Okay. See? Well, you told me they were Friday.
I didn't say Friday. I just said
Bandoleros and Thunder Cars are running Saturday.
Thunder Cars Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. No, they're not running.
Thunder Cars Friday and Saturday.
Thunder Cars? Yeah, exactly. Okay.
By the way,
we'll get this straight.
If any of you guys want to get some autograph sheet metal from the 43 or the 45 car, Richard Petty, Kyle Petty, and Carl Inman, I think, also autographed it.
Dale Inman. You said Carl Inman.
Oh, sorry about that. Thinking about Carl Inman. Anyway, Dee Poole. She works with Kenny Wallace. She's trying to help a friend out. He's got it for sale. Go look for Dee Poole, DeePoole, on Facebook. Make a friend of hers. And if you're interested, get up with her. If you want to get the number, give us a message on our Facebook page, and I will send you that information.
I came this close to buying an autographed Jimmy Owens recorder panel a couple weeks ago.
Jimmy Owens?
Jimmy Dio show.
Oh.
Okay.
So she asked me if I'd throw that out on the show, so I forgot to.
Instead I bought a Bloomquist shirt and a Jimmy O shirt. Called it a day.
Oh, up at
the Super Lights.
Yep.
That was a great race.
We got it all covered now.
I think we're covered until next week.
I'd like to thank everybody for watching.
Watch Race 22's coverage. We'll be live Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
This is Race 23. See y'all later. See ya!